It is my honor and a real pleasure to be able to present the 2020 Mark R. Clements Award to three outstanding individuals whose contributions to the foundation and the cholangiocarcinoma field are almost too numerous to list. This award is special. It is the highest honor given each year by the foundation. Mark Clements was truly the inspiration and driving force around the creation of this foundation. Like all others who are touched by this cancer, Mark's diagnosis caused fear and uncertainty for him, our family, and it extended out to all who knew him. Amidst all of this, Mark was concerned about others who did not have the kind of support that he had. We're reminded that courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means the willingness and the fortitude to go on despite fear. Mark's diagnosis and eventual passing from cholangiocarcinoma left behind family members with a need to channel their grief and loss into the creation of something that would help other patients and families. The three individuals we are honoring today embody that spirit of courage and commitment. Each of them has spent countless hours in service to this community. We simply cannot thank them enough for their time, talents, and tireless efforts. This award also reflects the umbrella of hope that covers this community. Like courage, hope is not a passive act. Hope is the means by which we put our desire to find a cure and our commitment to one another into action. In that spirit, each of you in this community provides hope for a cure and hope for a better quality of life for patients worldwide. The individuals that we are honoring today do not know they are receiving this award. This is intentional because they have not sought to be recognized and in some cases have sought quite the opposite. However, as the president of this foundation, I often have to take the credit for work that is done behind the scenes by so many. And I would feel remiss if I did not take this opportunity to share with you some of the absolute heroes in this community. It is with great humility, gratitude, and love that we announce this year's Mark R. Clements Award honorees, our ambassadors of hope.
There's no one I know who has more passion about the care of cholangiocarcinoma patients. Your passion, Sue, your energy, your commitment to educating nurses, to improving quality of life for our patients and overall care. It's just done with such sincerity and inspiration. Sue, you've been a terrific mentor. And if you've now become a dear friend to me as well. So I want to thank you for number one, for spearheading the development of clinical guidelines to help all of us take better care of cholangiocarcinoma patients, for providing cholangiocarcinoma awareness to so many people in the nursing community through posters, through presentations at conference, and through publication. And most of all, thank you for everything you've contributed to change the paradigm of cholangiocarcinoma care. We will miss you, Sue.
Sue, it has been a real pleasure to work with you on the Nursing Advisory Board for all these years. What brought us together was a common sense of loss, but what kept us together was our common purpose. And it has been a real pleasure to see your vision turn into deliverables that are going to stand the test of time and serve the cholangiocarcinoma community for years to come. Your leadership style is wonderful, very inviting, very warm, and you remain so humble despite all your many, many accomplishments.
I am so honored and delighted to be able to be part of a tribute to the one and only Dr. Milind Javle. Thank you so much for your service to the International Cholangiocarcinoma Research Network, your service and commitment to cholangiocarcinoma as a disease and to the patients. I've had the benefit of knowing him and growing with him and learning from him for over a decade. Long before there was an annual cholangiocarcinoma conference, I respected and admired how he was as a researcher, the way his mind works, and how, most importantly, he was committed to the patients. Making life better for these patients was really his primary mission, and it remains his mission. And you can see that in every single thing that you do, Milind. I always say that not only do I respect your mind and your ability to think through smart designs for clinical trials and ways to get drugs to our patients, but I would trust my loved one in your care. And that, I think, is probably the biggest compliment that I can give.
Milind has vision. He's able to see things from 10,000 feet above and 3 miles ahead, and he's able to articulate that vision and bring us all along with him. And he has this uncanny ability to balance his optimism and can-do attitude with practicality to make sure that we all focus on questions that matter and trials that are going to help our patients. He's inclusive and he's collaborative, and he brings together patients and caregivers and nurses. He brings together researchers and pharmaceutical companies. He brings together senior medical oncologists and junior medical oncologists, and surgeons and radiation oncologists and interventional radiologists and gastroenterologists, and the list goes on. And he somehow manages to get everyone swimming in the same direction with patients as our North Star. We all know that his leadership skills, his impressive list of accomplishments, his resume, they do not capture the full measure of Milind Javle. Milind is a deeply kind person and a great friend. He has a generous spirit and he is always willing to help, and he just brings out the best in everyone. It's just fun to be around Milind. You feel good when you're around him.
I truly consider you such a cornerstone of this community, and what you have done and built with the ICRN is just so admirable. And I am so grateful to you and everything that you've done for me personally, but for this community as a whole. Congratulations on this fantastic recognition. You are truly one of the best.
It is a privilege as a friend, patient, and volunteer to honor Ms. Patricia Maxson. To paraphrase Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and epitomize Patty, the most beautiful people in the world are those who have known defeat, suffering, struggling, and loss. They have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and understanding that fills them with compassion, gentleness, deep love, and concern. Patty serves as a volunteer to be of service, not for any award or any accolades. Patty was a champion and caregiver extraordinaire for her wonderful husband, Mike, who had cholangiocarcinoma. Now she has become a standard bearer for patients and families all over the world. She's got a heart the size of Texas.
The most dramatic way Patty affects the world is by touching the lives of individual patients and their families.
Patty's legacy of passionate volunteering and living with purpose for a greater purpose is the epitome of making the world more beautiful, and I am forever grateful to have known her.
Our eternal thanks to you, Patty, for everything you have done and everything you will do.
We love you.
It is an honor to have someone with such kindness and compassion working on behalf of all the cholangiocarcinoma patients and caregivers. The countless hours that you have spent dedicating to the foundation shows the passion you have for this community. You have changed the lives of so many people in ways that you will never know. Thank you, Patty, for all that you have done for us. We are so lucky to have you.
I know she's going to be really embarrassed by this, and please don't be mad. Patty is like Mary Poppins. She cares for kids of all ages from 0 to 100. As if by magic, she can whip out of her handbag cold water or room temperature water, depending on your wishes. She may have a lovely granola bar, dark chocolate, beautiful notebook, and if someone needs to take notes, she may even have a spoonful of sugar in that handbag. She will move mountains and time zones to make sure people know that the Cholangio Foundation is here for them and that they are very cared for. Patty Maxson shows excellence in all she does.
So Patty, it's been such a privilege for us as providers, for the patients, family, as well as the entire cholangiocarcinoma community to have you work for them in the Cholangio Connect program. There is none more deserving of this honor at this time.